Let me tell you about a test that takes just 10 seconds, but could tell you something incredibly important about your health. Stand up right now and try this. Lift one foot off the ground. Don't hold on to anything. Just balance on one leg. Can you hold it for 10 seconds? If you can, that's fantastic. If you can't, keep watching because what I'm about to share could change your life. Scientists studied over 1,700 people for 7 years. They published their shocking results in the British Journal of Sports Medicine. What they found is hard to believe. People who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher chance of dying compared to those who could pass the test. Yes, you heard that right. 84% higher risk of death. Not just from falling, not just from injuries, from any cause at all. This simple balance test turned out to predict how long you'll live better than almost anything else doctors have tested. But here's the amazing part that gives me so much hope. Failing this test doesn't mean you're stuck. It doesn't mean your fate is sealed. Your balance can improve. Your strength can come back. Even if you're over 80 years old, your body can still change and adapt in remarkable ways. The same scientists who discovered how dangerous poor balance is also figured out exactly how to fix it. They found that certain exercises can help you pass this test in just a few weeks. Not months, weeks. And you don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You don't need to spend hours exercising every day. The research points to 3 specific exercises. 3 simple movements that work on the exact systems your body uses to keep you balanced and upright. These exercises target what experts call the 3 pillars of staying independent as you age. First, your inner ear balance system. Second, your body's ability to know where it is in space. And third, your leg strength that helps you catch yourself before you fall. When you train all 3 of these together, something incredible happens. Your body starts responding faster. Your reflexes get sharper. You feel more confident. And that 10-second test becomes much easier. I'm going to show you all 3 exercises, starting with number 3 and working up to number 1. I've ranked them based on research that shows which ones have the biggest impact on your balance. Pay close attention when we get to exercise number 1 because Harvard researchers found that this single exercise improved balance scores by 43% in people over 75. That's almost half better from just one exercise. But the way you do it matters more than how often you do it. Most people get this completely wrong. So stick with me until the end. Before we start, leave a comment telling us your age and where you're watching from. We read every single comment and reply to as many as we can. Now let's dive into exercise number 3. Exercise number 3 is called the heel-to-toe walk. Some people call it the tightrope walk. Whatever name you use, this exercise does something special that most balance exercises can't do. It trains what scientists call dynamic balance. This is different from just standing still. Dynamic balance is your ability to stay upright while you're moving, and this matters a lot as you get older. Scientists tested over 600 people between ages 70 and 90. They measured how well people balanced while standing still and while moving. Then they watched to see who actually fell over the next year. The results were eye-opening. The people who struggled to walk in a straight line were 31% more likely to fall. Think about your real life. You're not standing still all day. You're walking to the kitchen, you're moving around furniture, you're navigating around pets and grandchildren. The heel-to-toe walk trains exactly this kind of real-world balance. Here's how you do it. Walk in a straight line, placing your heel directly in front of your toes with each step. Sounds easy, right? It's actually quite challenging. This narrow base forces your brain to work much harder than normal walking. Your balance system has to constantly adjust. Your ankle muscles make tiny corrections with every step. Your core muscles keep your body stable. Find a clear hallway in your home with at least 15 feet of space. Stand near a wall, but don't touch it. The wall is just there for safety if you need it. Stand tall with your feet together, take a breath, and relax. Now step forward with your right foot, placing your heel right against your left toes. No gap between them. Pause for a moment. Feel your weight shift. Now step with your left foot heel against right toes. Keep going for about 20 steps. Here's the secret that makes this exercise work even better. Look straight ahead, not down at your feet. A study from the University of Pittsburgh found that looking ahead instead of down improved balance scores by 19% more. When you look down, your eyes do all the work and your balance system gets lazy. You want your inner ear working hard. Do 2 sets of 20 steps each day. Try it first thing in the morning when you're fresh and focused. After 2 weeks, make it harder. Close your eyes for 5 steps at a time. Or try slowly turning your head left and right while you walk. These harder versions challenge your balance even more and help you improve faster. Japanese researchers found that adding head movements made people improve twice as fast. People went from failing the 10-second test to passing it in just 6 weeks. One more thing about this exercise that's really important. Every time you walk heel to toe, you're strengthening small muscles around your ankles. These muscles are often weak in older adults because normal walking doesn't challenge them. But these are the exact muscles that catch you when you start to tip sideways. Building these muscles is like installing a safety net for your balance. Now let's move to exercise number 2, which research shows is even more powerful. Exercise number 2 is the chair squat. Some people call it the sit-to-stand exercise. This movement targets what might be the biggest reason older adults fail the balance test. Weak legs. Listen to this important finding. Scientists followed over 3,000 adults aged 65 and older for 6 years. They measured leg strength at the start. Then they tracked who could still live independently at the end. The results were shocking. Adults with weak legs were 2.4 times more likely to lose their independence. That's more than double the risk. Leg weakness was actually a stronger predictor than the balance test itself. This makes perfect sense when you understand how balance really works. Standing on one leg isn't just about balance. It's also about strength. When you lift one foot, your standing leg has to support your entire body weight. If that leg is weak, it shakes and wobbles. Your brain senses that shaking and tells you to put your other foot down. You fail the test, not because your balance is broken, but because your leg muscles aren't strong enough. The chair squat fixes this problem directly. This exercise works your thigh muscles, your buttock muscles, and your hamstrings. These 3 muscle groups together give you the power to stand from sitting, climb stairs, and yes, stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Here's exactly how to do a chair squat correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair with a firm seat. Avoid soft couches. Your feet should be flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Scoot forward to the front edge of the chair. Cross your arms over your chest. This is important because it stops you from using your hands to push up, which would cheat your legs out of the work. Now lean slightly forward, push through your heels, and stand up completely straight. Pause at the top, squeeze your buttocks for 1 second. Then slowly lower yourself back down. Control the descent. Don't just drop down. That slow lowering is actually where most of the strength building happens. Research at Tufts University tested this exercise on people with an average age of 82. They did chair squats 3 times per week for 12 weeks. The results were amazing. Leg strength increased by 41%. Balance test times improved by 29%. And people felt more confident moving around their homes. Think about that. 41% stronger in just 12 weeks. That's life-changing when you're in your 80 seconds. Do 3 sets of 10 chair squats 5 days per week. If 10 feels easy, slow it down. Take 3 seconds to lower and 3 seconds to stand up. This builds strength faster. If regular chair squats feel too hard, start with a higher chair or put a firm pillow on the seat. As you get stronger, remove the pillow or use a lower chair. Important tip: do your chair squats before you test your balance, not after. Your muscles need to be fresh. Australian researchers found that people who did light leg exercises for 5 minutes before the balance test held their balance 22% longer. There's also a mental component here. When your legs feel strong, your brain has more confidence. You become less afraid of falling. That reduced fear actually improves your balance because anxiety causes muscle tension that messes with your stability. Stronger legs mean more confidence, which means better balance. It's a positive cycle. But as important as leg strength is, there's one exercise that matters even more. And this is the one most people do wrong. Exercise number 1 is single leg stance practice. This might sound obvious. Practice standing on one leg to get better at standing on one leg. But there's so much more to this than just standing there. The science behind why this works and how to do it right is what separates people who improve from people who stay stuck. Remember that Harvard study I mentioned? They recruited 134 adults over age 75. All of them failed the 10-second test at the start. They split them into 2 groups. One group did general exercise, treadmill walking, light stretching, basic movements. The other group did targeted single-leg practice with specific progressions. After 8 weeks, the general exercise group improved by about 14%. Good progress. But the targeted single-leg practice group improved by 43%, 3 times better with the same exercise time. The difference wasn't how much they exercised. It was what they practiced. This follows a brain science principle called specificity of training. Your brain adapts to exactly what you ask it to do. If you want to get better at standing on one leg, you need to stand on one leg. Your brain literally creates new pathways when you practice a specific skill. After about 3 weeks, those pathways get stronger. After 6 weeks, they become automatic. Your body balances without you having to think about it. Here's how most people do this wrong. They stand on one leg holding a counter and stay there. Same position, same difficulty, same grip, week after week. Their balance improves a little, then stops. The reason is their nervous system has adapted to that exact challenge. It needs new challenges to keep improving. This is where progression becomes critical. Here's the exact system Harvard researchers used to get those 43% improvements. Phase 1, stand near a counter. Place both hands lightly on the surface. Lift your left foot about 2 inches off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds. Put it down. Rest 5 seconds. Lift your right foot. Hold 10 seconds. Do 5 repetitions on each leg. Do this for 5 to 7 days. Phase 2 starts when Phase 1 feels easy. Now use only one hand on the counter. Same drill. 10 seconds each leg, 5 repetitions. Your balance system works harder with less support. Stay here another week. Phase 3 is where the magic happens. Place just your fingertips on the counter, barely touching. You're not really using it for support anymore. It's just there for comfort. Your body is doing almost all the work. Another week at this level. Phase 4 is the real test. No counter at all. Stand in open space with nothing to grab. Lift one foot. Hold for 10 seconds. By this point, most people who couldn't pass the test can now pass it easily, but don't stop here. Phase 5 adds what researchers call perturbation training. While standing on one leg, slowly turn your head left and right, then up and down. This scrambles your inner ear signals and forces your body to rely on muscle control. Research found that adding head movements improves stability by an additional 26%. Phase 6 is most advanced. Close your eyes while standing on one leg. This removes your vision completely. Your inner ear and muscles have to do everything. Most people can only hold this a few seconds at first. That's okay. Even brief attempts teach your system to balance without seeing. One amazing study found that older adults who practiced eyes-closed balance for just 10 minutes per week reduced their fall risk by 38% over 1 year. Here's the most important piece about single-leg practice. Frequency beats duration. A major analysis of 23 balance studies found that practicing 3 times per day for 2 minutes each was more effective than practicing once per day for 6 minutes. Same total time, very different results. Each practice session activates those brain pathways. 3 activations per day builds connections faster than 1 long session. Here's a practical way to fit this in. Practice during activities you already do. Stand on one leg while your coffee brews. Practice while brushing your teeth. Hold the position during TV commercials. These brief sessions throughout your day add up to remarkable improvements without feeling like exercise. One final piece of research that shows how powerful this is. A follow-up to the original Brazilian study looked at what happened to people who failed the test but then started training. After 6 months of balance practice, their mortality risk dropped significantly. The researchers estimated that every additional second you can stand on one leg reduces your mortality risk by about 6%. Think about that. Going from 5 seconds to 10 seconds could reduce your risk by 30%. The 10-second test isn't a death sentence. It's a wake-up call. It's your body telling you something needs attention. And now you know exactly what to do. 3 exercises. Heel-to-toe walking for moving balance, chair squats for leg strength, and single leg stance practice with proper progressions for direct improvement. Start today. Start with whatever level feels challenging but possible. Because every day you practice is a day you're adding to your life, so there it is. The 10-second balance test is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity scientists have ever found. That 84% increased risk for people who fail is serious. But here's the hopeful truth I want you to remember. You're not stuck with the balance you have now. Your body can still adapt, your brain can still learn even after 80. You have the power to dramatically improve and reduce your risk. These 3 exercises work together as a complete system. The heel-to-toe walk trains moving balance and strengthens ankle stabilizers that catch you when you stumble. The chair squat builds the leg power you need to support yourself on one leg without shaking. And single leg stance practice teaches your brain exactly how to keep you upright when it matters most. Remember, 43% improvement in just 8 weeks. That could be you. That could be someone you love. Start where you are. If you need to hold a counter, hold the counter. If you can only stand on one leg for 3 seconds, start with 3 seconds. Progress will come faster than you expect if you stay consistent. Practice a little every single day. 3 short sessions beat 1 long session. Challenge yourself as you improve. Move from 2 hands to 1 hand to fingertips to nothing. Add head movements. Close your eyes. Each progression builds new brain pathways that make balance automatic. The people in that study who failed weren't doomed, and neither are you. Every second you add is a victory. Every chair squat makes your legs stronger. Every heel-to-toe step sharpens your coordination. These small daily investments add up to something huge: more years with family, more independence in your own home, more confidence every time you stand and move. Now we want to hear from you. Did you try the test? While watching, how many seconds could you hold it? Share your experience in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching.